my name is Eunice and I am a teacher at STEP. Today, I'm going to share with you why is it important to incorporate STEAM learning in early years education. So for a start, what is STEAM? STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art and Mathematics. And of course, over here at STEP, we have another M, which is music. Usually, parents will be thinking, are you sure? Aren't these big topics or big subjects that we learned back in our tertiary school years? Well, how can you even teach that to 2 to 4 years old children? Are you kidding me? Well, these are the usual misconceptions. But lesser known to us are children, they are naturally born to be an explorer. Okay, so for instance, if you look at a baby who is just 2 to 3 months old, they will be interested and being curious about their hands. And they started to wave their hands in front of their face. That goes with a lot of stepping themselves in the face, moving and flapping, until they manage to control their hand movement. And this is all done through exploring and experimenting. Okay, so STEAM learning approach is amazing because it encourages children to take more initiative in problem solving. And with that, if a child can solve one problem on hand, he or she will feel more encouraged and more motivated to proceed on from there. They are happier to take up more challenges in the future. So STEAM learning also enables a child to build up his knowledge about the world through observing, investigating, and asking questions. So if you ask me, how do we facilitate a quality STEAM learning in a playgroup setting? One good approach would be to resist answering a child's question directly. Instead, we should ask them questions back to facilitate their train of thoughts to reach possible solutions, and from there, they can choose or select the best that suits their scenario on hand. That will also empower them and motivates them to problem solve later, because this is an achievement to them. One good example would be, how would you introduce safe distancing to a child as young as 2 years old? Well, you can tell them it's important to stay a distance away because you don't want them to catch any virus. But in their head, in their brain, in their mind, they will be thinking, why, what, how? So a very easy way to illustrate this is using a simple experiment. For example, we are taking a spray bottle and some paper towels. So, this bottle will represent someone who is really sick and he's going to sneeze or cough anytime. And the paper towel will represent someone that is standing close by. So what happens when you are standing near to someone who is sick and he's going to cough and sneeze? Achoo! And here, look here, this paper towel is wet. And it means that all the droplets that comes from the cough comes into contact with you, and that's how you catch the virus. Do you want to catch virus like this? No, the children will say, no. Well, let's do it again. If you were to keep a distance away from the person who is sick and he goes, achoo again. Let's see. Look, the paper towel is not wet. And that is why we should keep a safe distance from one another, all right? It's important to do safe distancing. So the children will be allowed to use the water spray and started to practice within themselves. And they can practice with the different lengths, different distance, and some of them even internalize what we taught them by putting a mask over the sick person and say, look here, teacher. Now, the person can keep the droplets within the mask without spreading the virus. So it is equally important to mask up as well. Well, this is how children learn, and that's just one of the ways we facilitate our learning in class. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you in our center soon.